Okay, it's 9 o'clock, everyone. We'll go ahead and get going. Call to order the Shelby County Board of Supervisors regular meeting, November 4th, 2025. Any conflicts, gentlemen?
Sure.
Okay, approve the agenda.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes from October 21st. Any changes?
Nope.
All look good?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any claims? I saw nothing.
Finally, I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Kinkle.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Dave. I don't have so much of an update as maybe some dialogue. Most information I forwarded on to you guys. We're gonna wait and see for spot with district court with judicial review. Something anytime here now till this month. I talked to Whipple 2 days ago, and that's what he felt too, anytime he could come. So then we'll have some direction of where we're going. You received the information. ISAC is writing a amicus brief supporting our appeal to Supreme Court. They're fighting for local control. This is just another takeaway if it stands the way it is. Did you guys have any questions? I thought they had a webinar on it. They're reaching out now to all counties for participation, asking for $500. It costs $25,000 to write the amicus brief. And so we know we're not going to get all counties because counties that don't have a pipeline coming through it
And don't understand.
and don't understand all that's going on. It's very complex, as you will know. Don't know how many we'll get on, but there's a lot of interest out there. I even had some calls this morning and yesterday where some supervisors had called ISAC with some specific questions that they could answer. I got the call, so I felt like I answered their questions and stuff, so that's where we're at with that. Do you guys have any questions on that information?
No.
It's pretty straightforward. I thought Tim did a great job in the webinar of explaining our case and why people should be fighting for local control with our ordinances. And that's really what's been the focus, because it's not just about the pipeline. What comes next? We've had ordinance authority since 1947, and if you're at the local level, we can't have some control, whether it's for economic development, safety, just protecting our residents. If we lose that, are we going to lose it on the counties that have wind, solar, even animal control? Everybody has setbacks. So.
The newspaper that we get, all the supervisors, and I'm sure you're familiar with that, county news, I think it's called, it's across the country. I haven't seen anything in there about this issue. I wondered if it's if it'd be good if we get that out there nationally, through NACO or through ISAC or somebody. I don't know how they get their news. If somebody from ISAC can contact them and say, hey, here's something that's going to affect every county in the country.
Yes,
happens.
well, it will.
And I didn't think I was the person that should be calling them and saying, hey, you might want to check into this and give them Tim Whipple's name and number. But if ISAC or somewhere, maybe Tim wants to contact him, get this out there, maybe a person or two in higher power would see it.
Good point.
Good idea.
Just bring it to their attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yep, see what I can do on that. The other thing is, I kicked off that event up at my place for no eminent domain for private gain. They had one last weekend up at Sergeant Bluff. I went up to that. They're going to be one in Dallas, Iowa this weekend. Steve Holt's participating in that. I won't be able to get up to that one. They're working on scheduling one up at Waverly towards the end of the month. So it's catching on and getting good participation.
And of course, we've got for those who might be interested in attending the summit meeting in Denison, November 10th?
Something like
Correct
that.
date, can't remember what that date is, but public meeting with the summit officials.
Yeah.
Bowlers
I think you're going to
Conference
hear
Center.
just a lot of what you
Yeah,
hard
for
here.
those who might not have heard it before, and want to, or maybe have direct questions they want to ask to their management team.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and Tim had that question addressed to him in the webinar. If he has seen any difference with the new management and that, he said, well, the talk is big change, but what I'm seeing in the motions and the things that they file through the Iowa Utility Board, nothing's changed.
It's almost getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lady that was here, I didn't see any change there.
No.
I always find it interesting, even at our meeting, they can't answer a lot of questions, but they'll get back to you.
Mhm.
In my 4.5 years, they've never got back to me on nothing. And I've heard other supervisors say the same thing. So, are there anything else?
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
again, I'll keep you informed as I hear
Yeah.
things.
Anything breaks on the
Thanks, Dave, you've been.
utility commission.
Thanks.
Let us know.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Yep.
Chris Frederickson, Secondary Road Report.
Good morning.
I'm timing you.
All right. No official action and a few quick updates. Feels like I was just here, even though it's been 2 weeks ago. M16 paving, as of a week ago, Sunday, all the asphalt has been laid.
Wow.
Our crew is out, we've been dressing up intersections, field drives. Anybody with a house drive, those will be rocked along with the shoulders. Hopefully that process will start first of next week. I've yet to hear an exact time. The bridge approaches, or the ends of the bridge, were redone to accept guardrail. Guardrail should be installed next week also. So they're hoping quite a bit will happen next week, and they will paint the lines following that. So hopefully the first of the following week, then we can be opened up and back to normal. So I'm hoping within 2 to 3 weeks we'll have everything back opened and ready to go.
Ready for snow.
Yeah, we hope not. Let's give it some time to adjust first. So anyway, there is light at the end of the tunnel and things should get back to normal. At the corner of 2200th and Linden, where the concrete bridge is on Linden, the guardrail was hit and destroyed here sometime in the past week and a half or so. The new guardrail is on order, but due to the radius and the way it's set up, it is a special order set of parts. And of course, we're at the end of the construction season, so it looks like next spring is when we may get it, unless we are lucky and the company has another order come in yet this fall. But it is ordered, ready to go, so we will put that up whenever we get it, otherwise it will sit there with barricades on it through the winter. So just everybody can be aware that that's there, and that's why that will take some time. We are going to remove the bridge on Woodland north of 200th. This structure is going to be replaced with a railroad tank car shell, so it will be a pipe. It is a level B road. So we're going to remove it, do as much as we can. We'll see how the weather treats us whenever we get pros out. To where we can't do any more, we'll quit for the winter season and the road will just stay shut. So hopefully we can get quite a bit done, but who knows? We may get a month, we may get a week. We'll see how it goes. Also, and I may have mentioned this in the spring, I can't remember, the railroad contacted us about crossings on roadways. They wanted to come through and redo those, which would be a benefit to everybody. So we finally have word. They want to start on 900th Street tomorrow, which would be November 5th. They are going to do all the crossings up to Erling. They do not have to do the crossing at M16 or the crossing at F32. They may have to do an adjustment or something, but not a major one, which I was a little concerned about with the time of the year it is. So looks like they're hoping everything will take no more than a day at each crossing. They may get 2 a day, they may only get 1 a day. We will sign them ahead that the road is closed and then take them down right after and move to the next one. So anybody over there around the 191 corridor, just be aware that those side roads may be closed for a day. You'll still be able to get out the other direction, but just be a little bit of workaround there. So that, everybody should enjoy that a little better too if we can get all those
Are there any
fixed.
plans for the underpass on Linden Road, right, on the south end of Defiance?
Not that I know, again, that's a railway thing. I know Chad did mention that to their railway master, and I think he has another number of somebody to contact if something happens to it. But as far as I'm aware, it's,
Yeah, it's in terrible disrepair.
I know.
Kind of take your life in your own hands going through there.
Yeah, it isn't healing itself for
Yeah.
sure. So maybe at some point they'll fix it, but
The
nothing.
one south of there they fixed and it looks really good.
Yeah, they came in, it got a little more narrow, I think, and they re-concreted it, kind of fixed the spalls, so
Yeah, hopefully they'll do something like
maybe
that
at
soon.
some point we can get lucky and they'll fix that also. But that's what I have.
Another
Today,
comment on the
hopefully.
2200 intersection. Your bridge foreman, Jake, is gonna make that intersection wider.
That's right.
It's
I'm glad-
really a tough hairpin if you're on a semi, because basically the bridge is at the intersection.
That's right, I'm glad you
And
said that.
that's why I got hit. So-
He and I were talking about that this morning, and
Yeah.
I did have it here, but yes, on the south side of that, we are going to widen it out, just so you have some additional room. And it should help the corner, actually, they're up there today going to start that, so.
That'd be a great.
Hopefully, everybody can scoot further out, you don't have to ride that so
Right.
much. Like I said, this is the second time it's been hit in 4 years, I think, 4 to 5 years, so it's not a new thing, but if we can alleviate a little bit, we will, so. Anything else?
I think so. All right, thank you much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Todd Valeen, Chamber Report.
How do you do, Steve?
Save the extra for another day.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
Some items to note, and most of them have to do with the government shutdown and the impacts it's having. So first thing, I want to shout out Hy-Vee and Fairway both for their support. I mean, at the corporate level, they're working with all of their feeding partners, but even here locally, just as always, you know, they're putting in programs in place to help us get food to people that need it. Starting with Fairway, they are collecting food donations through November, and then the store will deliver them to the food pantry. You can just, you know, purchase extra groceries and put them in. You can also give a cash donation at the register, and for both of those, the values of those donations, Fairway is going to match the value of those donations. Hy-Vee this week is providing supper to children under 12 through Friday, or serving from 4 to 7, and it's no cost for the children. Adults can also participate, and the meals are only $3 each. Hy-Vee Corporate is also donating money to Feeding America. So just again, it seems like every time we have a need in the community, both of them step up and are very, very supportive. So we just wanted to give them thanks for that. Harlan Social Energy and Nutrition has started a food pantry for public use. So if you want to make some donations there, you go in and pick up your morning drink, and you want to drop a few cans off, please do. But it's also open to anybody who needs it. They will have meal bags as well and other items. And then the Harlan newspaper is doing From the Press to the Pantry. So they're celebrating the community that they've been in for more than 150 years. So between now and the end of the year, every new subscription, renewal, gift subscription, online subscription, they'll give $5 to West Central Community Action to use towards paying for the cost there. And SCCO Heroes Attic for the month of November, if you bring in 6 cans of food, you get 60% off one item that you buy. So if you need a new end table, you need a lamp, you know, kids need something for their college dorm room, whatever it is, this month of November is going to be a good time to get one from SCCO. And then finally, and we were just kind of joking about it a little bit because unfortunately the weather forecast has changed a little for Saturday. But for those folks out in the county that want to come down Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to be planning on putting up the Christmas lights on the courthouse square. And it's, again, one of those things where the more hands available, the better. We would appreciate as many people as can come on down. We're just going to gather out in front of Pizza Ranch and then get started at 8 o'clock. And that's about it for this evening.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. Yep.
I don't see any department heads. Are there any out around the corner?
Nope.
All right, supervisor committee reports, Mike.
A few things, a pretty active couple of weeks here. Board of Health meeting on October 28th. Kind of interesting, their disease investigations have increased, and those are kind of the different kinds of diseases that aren't your typical cold and flu type things. They've had some strange, they had one Legionnaire's disease, I think, and just some things like that that are not generally seen in Shelby County. They also, the Board of Health participated in a drill to evacuate and relocate Harlan community third graders to Vets Auditorium and then reunify them with their parents. So we'll drill to see how that goes. They did discover some strengths and weaknesses in that process, so there are put in changes for that. The flu clinics have concluded. They had just under 700 took advantage of that service, and walk-ins are still welcome if you want to contact Public Health. You still want to get a flu shot through there. And following that meeting, the Environmental Health Board met. Passport activity was up dramatically in October. Generally, it's later in the winter when those go up, but people are going to get out of here earlier, I guess, and get away from the cold. So, well rehab activity continues to be way up. And he reported $17,800 in well rehab grants were awarded to Shelby County property owners this year. I attended online MAPPA's Grant Writing 101 session, the virtual meeting, and if anybody's interested in that, the slide deck is available on the MAPPA website, I believe, or you can get it from me if somebody wants to view that. Some pretty good information in there. And then I studied on the ISAC Pipeline Supreme Court Appeal information that Steve alluded to earlier, so I won't go into that, but yeah, had a pretty busy couple of weeks there today.
Charlie.
Attended SWITA meeting last Thursday. Todd Valine got a thank you from the SWITA for being the chairman for the last 2 years. And I thought that was pretty nice. And of course it's the end of the month, so now I start all over. We have a safety meeting tomorrow, and then regular meetings after that.
Okay. I sit on the Southwest Iowa Juvenile Detention Center board, and the detention center can accumulate revenue through taking juveniles from other counties, not in our pact, but then from like the city of Omaha, federal prisoners, and they generate revenue. Well, we liquidate the capital account once a year, and this year we're getting back $21,558. So they do a great job down there generating revenue and making this a great service for our county. So Conservation Board, the parks are all shut for the year. The trail, the new equestrian trail north of Irwin, is closed through hunting season, so no horses until hunting season over. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, starting a new round this month. So cool. Okay, anything else, Taryn? If not, motion to adjourn.
Second?
Aye. All right.